Righto, why is this doofus here stating attention work cover why I'm walking away from a work-related cancer compensation claim that is likely to be 6 figures. Morals. Okay, straight to the point. I'm not going to fuck around. It's 2023. Interactions between the claimant and the case manager should be voice recorded. Both copies supplied to both parties. Why? I'm going to tell you fucking why. Right. When my claim finally got accepted, that's another story. Cancer in the nose, based off leather industry. Lots of exposure over many, many different work fields. Okay, so I started getting phone calls from WorkCover, as I do, case manager, and I could hear her type, which is all fine. It's going through a lot, and I might touch on some of this later. I'm not sure, hey, we'll just see. But there was a lot to this, hey. Anyway, so I could hear her typing, and I end up going on a WorkCover initiated psychological doctor's certificate. And I think I was on it for about 3 to 5 months before I realised, actually, that maybe I should be supplying the doctor's certificate for these effects from the treatment. As I was supplying a certificate every 3 months, and they kept going. So the cancer was in my nose, a couple of centimetres away from the brain, 50 millimeters long. Sorry, I got a bad neck. You might see some twitching in here. 32 rounds of treatment. So I have a lot of dry mouth, no taste, or lack of taste now, lack of sense of smell, or just a whole bit of issues that go on. That affect my ability to be employed. I was 117 kilos. I lost 30% of my body weight when they told me, oh mate, if you lose 10%, we're going to put you on a food tube. And we'll get to that down the track. But anyway, so yeah, I took that advice and I believed. Not long after I started pushing, I think it was about August, maybe end of July, that I really wanted to get off WorkCover. I really needed to find something I can do, some training, something to get me back active. I worked in a lot of industries: security, tuna fishing, the mining, construction, tiling, bricklaying, fencing. Done all that fucking shit. I finished off working as in challenging behaviours with children and some adults, and that's when I was diagnosed with my cancer. I can't go back to any of that, regretfully. It fucking sucks, but it's been suggested I don't. Just emotional struggles, to be honest. I do get it. I don't need to see a little kid cry. I'll probably break down myself and probably need more help. So, it does make sense. As much as it breaks my heart, it does make sense. So I had been talking to my psychologist and come up with the idea of it with a food van. It was realistic. I could work and manage everything myself with my condition. I wasn't going to be letting anybody down. I wouldn't be putting anyone at risk. It gave me the opportunity to do some courses at home, and then hopefully, I don't know, it was just a suggestion that I might have been able to then start doing courses in town and in the classroom. That would have helped me with my social anxiety. I also crashed the car midway through treatment, and that just really threw things off. It was my mistake. It was just, it was silly. No one was hurt, thank God, but still, if someone could have got hurt, my passenger, their driver, it could have been a lot worse. So, yeah, I was pushing. I had to, I had hope. I needed light at the end of the tunnel, something to work through, something to distract me from everything. The psychologist thought that was a great idea. And WorkCover decided that they would organise a sports physiotherapist to interview me. Had that interview. And yeah, he could clearly see and understand everything I was saying to him. I had my drink. I don't have a drink now. Blow my nose. I'm malnourished. I'm fucking tired. You should see my eyes now. Eyes a lot fucking worse than I've had sleep last night. So, and he actually turned around. I don't recall the exact words, but in a sense, it was a pat on the back. It was like, mate, you really don't have to be doing this. You know, not many people would want to be so willing. He goes, you know, I'll do my best. Great. Hey, my tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel just got bigger. It's about a week later. Now, because of my memory, and when I do talk, I confuse myself. I'll skip. So, and I'll just fuck myself up then. Okay, that's right. The recording of the information. So, I informed my lawyer, I informed my psychologist. I'd also sent a complaint away to WorkCover. Now, I received a phone call from the WorkCover office manager, and one of the first things that she said was, she mentioned my psychological struggles. And well, if you worked in challenging behaviours and all that stuff, you learn a lot, you're taught a lot, okay? And if you approach someone on a phone or in person, one of the first things you do not bring up is any of their struggles. There's no reason to mention my struggles at all. And I thought that was very unprofessional of her, and that's just belittling me and trying to throw me out a bit. What was the need? Why was she defensive? What she got to hide? Right? You only act like that for certain reasons, don't you? Yeah. Anyway, so I got off the phone from her. I ended up removing my lawyer because he didn't act. I was denied any of the training stuff, and I was told that I'd only be offered to work experience in a food van. This wasn't going to work. So I went off and told me I'm going to stick it. Fired the lawyer and ended up hiring another lawyer. So I've hired this other lawyer, and my psychologist has said to me that he had a chat to her beforehand, and he only referred her and vice versa, me to her, because genuine people. He probably knows me better than fucking most people, to be honest now. So I went and had the interview with her, and I told her about, because the information not being recorded. And she turned around and she said, well, she had a media rep, and she, if I wanted to, that she would be willing to allow me to talk to the media. I think she even asked if she wanted me to be present there too. Again, this is a light at the end of the tunnel, a bit of hope. Hey, yep, I said, cool, no problem. I agreed. I signed the contract. I said, I'm going to need a